Hi, this is Chris from Caribbean Technical Diving. Right there. Since the last video, we've had some very interesting accomplishments. We've now become an L&W dealer for the whole of the Caribbean. That's Lenhart and Wagner, one of the best compressor manufacturers in the world. Far better than Bauer, in my opinion. We now have the distribution rights for the whole of the Caribbean and the whole of the USA. So also we've had, I should have updated the video on YouTube. We had over 1,000 views on the video with my last problem, the Bauer compressor. That problem's been rectified, and so far, touch wood, no other problems. So I think it's important to see how Bauer reacted to that. They did send me a whole brand new block with a modification on it, and so they admitted that there's a fault. Now I had a job in Curacao recently, and a job on Allure of the Seas from Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines yesterday, and they have a similar problem, and Bauer obviously haven't responded to those problems, and I will make sure that happens. Bauer did make a modification to the compressor, so if you remember the last time, first stage, second stage, third stage, second stage head, this valve, this pressure relief valve was blowing continually, okay, to atmosphere, just popping, pop, 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 pop. And because second stage was receiving a pressure that was a back pressure that was forcing it to go over pressure, okay? So this pressure on here should be 110 psi, and second stage, so first stage pressure is 110 psi, second stage pressure is 600 psi. Obviously that fluctuates with temperature and whatever. So this is what was happening. Second stage obviously goes into the water separator, okay? And the second stage, so the water separator goes into the ACD. Obviously we've got to vent that off to atmosphere every 15 minutes, or 11 minutes now this is set to. So what was happening is the pressure was increasing in the second stage, back pressure was going into the second stage valve, lifting the pressure relief valve, blow into atmosphere. So what Bauer did is they put a pressure reducer on here. You can see this used to come out directly and go straight into there, okay? So it used to come out the second stage at 600 psi, and that was the pilot pressure to open the valves inside here. So what Bauer did is they put this, move these cables out the way, they put a pressure reducer. So it goes into here, this is a pressure reducer here. There's a pressure relief valve set there at probably 220 psi I expect, and you'll see on this gauge here there's a black dot. I always put black dots on my gauges so I know where the pressure should be, and that runs at now 200 psi going out of here right there and going into the ACD. So that's now, the pilot pressure is now being reduced from 600 psi down to 200 psi. Now this is obviously, this is what I said on my this is what I told Bauer was wrong with the compressor last time on my video. Bauer sent me a new head, that didn't work. He sent me a second new head, that didn't work. They told me to lap the head, that didn't work. They sent me an O-ring kit for the ACD, that didn't work. They sent me a brand new solenoid for the ACD, that didn't work. And I explained that to George Quadrado, to Javier Gomez, the lead technician, and they obviously came up with this and accepted that my fault diagnosis was correct, and that is that the ACD is getting back pressure from the intermediate water separator. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing a job right now for a customer in Curacao. I won't mention his name unless he wants to be mentioned. And he has exactly the same problems I have right here, or I had right here, and this repair is taking care of it. And we will order, I think the best thing to do is remove this ACD and buy an aftermarket ACD from Lawrence Factor. I can install on compressors, so if you do have this problem, let me know. I can supply you the ACD with a fitting kit, or I can come to you wherever you are and fit it for you. And that will get rid of the problem of this second stage pressure relief valve lifting. Okay, it is dangerous. These valves will eventually stop working, and it will just blow to atmosphere. And you don't want, you obviously don't want that to happen, especially for liability reasons. You've got staff and staff in here turning the compressor on. If that blows, you've got big problems. So there you go. That's my video, and if you need anything, you can email Chris at caribbeantechnicaldiving.com. You can call us on 914-487-1315 for more information, or just go to our website, www.caribbeantechnicaldiving.com, and you can see us on there. Okay, thanks, and see you soon.